It's a certain individual out here called D1. I'm not familiar with him. I didn't know nothing about him, and he got my attention by him calling out certain artists as far as pertaining to what they be talking about in their music, being that they are older artists and they've been in the game a while. But for anybody not knowing what I'm talking about, I'll let y'all watch a little clip of him kind of talking about these artists, and some of these artists actually responded to him as far as Rick Ross and Jim Jones and Meek Mill.
With you, Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Cause are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? And you out here pushing prison reform. But now I gotta sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed.
Meek Mill, you could do better. Jim Jones, you could do better. Rick Ross, you could do better. I gotta see you do better. Wait. Little man, whoever you is, until you feed the kids where you from for 20 years straight. Don't question Rose. Wait. Until you buy 10,000 bikes, 10,000 trikes. Give all the young girls who pregnant Pampers.
I do a lot for the people. Miss me with the rhetoric about what I do in my music. I get money off my music. Don't tell me how to make my dollars. You gotta watch whose names you mentioning out here.
Mm-hmm.
You heard?
Yeah.
Because my little cousin might not like how you mention my name.
Yes.
That's the
response.
That's the indirect threat, but yeah.
Yes. We talking about older artists. These are older individuals that's been in the hip hop game a long time, especially Jim Jones.
He got a point.
He do, and I ain't gonna say that.
And that's why they responded, because like they could have not said anything. They could have let it go, because honestly, who not trying to be rude, but yeah, who is this guy?
It touches a nerve.
Yeah,
it touches a nerve if you respond to somebody you don't even know that's not even big out here.
Exactly. That's why I say he had a point, though. He has a point. Who
you talking about? D1 got a point, or Jim Jones had a point too?
Everybody got a point. Yeah. And I know that's like, you can't take everybody's side. I'm not choosing a side. I'm just saying D1 has a point in what he's saying. If you stand for this, then how can you say this in your music? But at the same time, it's like what I do for the community has nothing to do with my music. But you kind of got to take responsibility for the influence that your music has over your community. So that's why I said what D1 says has a point. He has a point behind what he's saying. When Colin Kaepernick was protesting and then he got kicked out of the league, because we're gonna say it is what it is. They was like, at this point, he has to make a choice.
Shout out to Carolina Mason.
Does he want to be an activist or athlete? But we see what he's still, quote unquote, as what the internet say, begging to do. And it's kind of like
I was kicked out though. I want to still play. I was kicked out.
Exactly, but it's like you was being pushed to, I guess, a different level, but you keep trying to, like,
but he's still bringing awareness to the situation, and he ain't stopped. Ain't never stopped as far as Colin Kaepernick. But I definitely get what you're saying, and that is a good reference.
But yeah, it is. It's like you begging for a job for the same people that pushed you out for standing for something that you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, why you want to go back to that? But I get his struggle, but at the same time, this is the same type of thing. It's like you like glorifying these hood situations, because it's the same thing I asked last week. Is upholding this hood mentality stagnating the Black community? Because is it necessary to continue to uphold? What is it bringing to the community? What would we lose by leaving that shit behind, disbanded from it?
I got a question with that too. What you saying? Yep.
And I'm not saying, and like I said, I'm not trying to make people conform or people be different, or people be the same, because I don't believe that Black people are a monolith. But it's just like, what about this hood mentality is got such a hold on you that you can't let it go?
It's a good point. At the same time, what it might be is certain people that's still in situations that they haven't been able to get out of, that's keeping them in that mindset. But if you got certain music that they listening to that could motivate them to maybe get out of those situations instead of staying in them, then. But you can't necessarily put it on music because it could be movie you
I'm
watching.
not
It could
putting it
be TV stuff.
100% on
Yeah,
music because it's never
but
100% one thing. Because people want to blame violence on video games or on music or on the, and I'm like, it's not one thing. It's a combination of a bunch of different things, and also people not having an outlet to express their
but
emotions.
this is the thing about the hip hop thing is though this is ours though, so it's like we are presenting this. And I know you
Exactly.
say to the mass, no, this is ours, especially in the internet age. This is ours now. I feel like we can control what we pushing out if we want to, especially the bigger artists.
Yeah, and we're not
Um,
saying that everybody needs to stop talking about hood shit because I like medium hood antics. I like the ratchet
See, that's on
shit.
us too, though, as a
There's a time
consumer.
and a place for it, but everybody can't be ratchet. Everybody can't be hood. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah,
We need some balance. We've been saying that we need some balance.
I was able to listen to everything, but what I was saying as far as being a consumer, it's like we push that negative stereotype too. Because what are we gonna support? Are we gonna support the goddamn positive shit that's being put out, or are we gonna keep supporting the bullshit?
It depends on how you
Because
present the positive shit. Cause don't give it to me in no corny ass box.
they look at J. Cole, look at Kendrick. They able to present their shit in a way where we want to hear it, not because of who they
Yeah,
are. It's because the shit sound good. Like it's got to sound good.
exactly,
It's music still.
exactly.
Pertaining to D1 though, as far as using their name, because you had a couple of them saying you using my name for fame. That's one thing Jim Jones was saying. It was like, yo, you could have hit me in a DM or something. You ain't have to like come out in the public using my name or whatever. What I would say is,
I
to counter that is that Joe Budden them said this on his podcast. It was like if he wouldn't have said those names, would this even been brought to the mass? Would people even paid attention?
no.
I might not even been talking
Because he
about
could
this.
have just, because we always talk about rappers, but we don't point
Mm-hmm.
out anybody in particular.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, he did what he did, and he said what he said, and he's standing on it. So I mean, like I said, everybody got a point in this, but then at the same time, it's just like, as a grown ass person, when are you going to evolve though? Because honestly, that's really what it is. Because you pointed out grown ass people, not 20-year-olds doing 20-year-old shit and making 20-year-old mistakes. Y'all still talking like y'all, like who, like this is what I be asking myself about people our age and up and like shit like that. It's like, who is your audience? Who are you speaking to?
That,
Because like
that's what I was saying though about Jeezy and them. It was like that nigga is talking to both sides. He's able to talk to us
Mhm.
and the youth because they still listening to him. And as far as those life lessons, what I went through, what happened, the consequences, the trauma I went through, the depression I went through, like that.
But you
That's what I'm
also,
talking about.
but you also pointed out that he went to therapy. If you not growing and
Yep.
evolving
That's
and
a good point.
hearing, what
That's a good
story do
point.
you have to tell but the same ass story that you've been telling us for 10, 15 years? Like, bruh,
That's a good point.
we ain't want to hear
Shout
this
out to
no
Tony.
more. Get a new story.
And that might
Go
be
learn
something
some more
why I
about
think
yourself.
like Jim Jones and them get so upset. It's like what you're saying as far as like it's certain anger that nigga come with though. It was like, nigga, why you have to go to violence with this man? He didn't say nothing out the way. He said, I love you, brothers. That's the one of the first thing he said. But it's that whole thing was like, I can't be honest with you if you're gonna get mad at me. And that could be anything, anybody or any situation. You got
That is
somebody you
so
truly
true.